What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 18 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 18 picks right like me, win more bets, and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which should be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $165 just yesterday. Another member who won $62 for the 6th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, a link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel, the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to be talking about is John Collins for 30.5 points, reps, and assists, and this one is for less. Now look at John Collins. We've actually seen him go on the under in actually 3 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see. And they do face off against none other than the San Antonio Spurs. Now, when we look at actually the San Antonio Spurs, we do see, first of all, when we look at points allowed, we also do see that the San Antonio Spurs do rank 5th. On top of that, moving on into assists allowed, they rank 4th, and then rebounds allowed, the San Antonio Spurs do rank 15th. So a little bit lower in that rebounding category, but they do rank very high in points and assists, and we definitely see that being enough to see someone like John Collins go on the under here. When it comes to John Collins, he does play usually the forward, usually also center position, depending on, you know, what lineup they end up running. But either way, when it comes to John Collins, the San Antonio Spurs do a really good job at actually restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the forward and center position. A big reason being is that when it comes to John Collins, he is going to go up against Victor Wembanyama. Now, Victor is expected to play in this game, so we definitely see, you know, Victor giving John Collins a hard time, going to put that defensive pressure, and because of that, it definitely could lead to John Collins going on the under here. Now, his average over the last 5 is 29.4, so slightly under this line as well. So with all those things being said, all signs really do point towards the under for this one. And when we also look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well. So we are going to be sticking to what the bookies are saying there. So because of that reason, John Collins for points, rebounds, and assists for 30.5 for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, when it comes to the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Bradley Beal. So Bradley Beal, great job. And Bradley Beal actually has a fantastic one for points and rebounds for 18.5, and this one is for less. Now, when we look at Bradley Beal, we've actually seen him go on the under in 1 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see. And they do face off against none other than the LA Lakers. Now, LA Lakers are a great team. Now, do not get me wrong, they did have a bit of a rocky start, but they have been able to push it together a little bit lately. Now, they do rank 24th when it comes to points allowed, and then moving on into rebounds allowed, we also do see Lakers rank 14th when it comes to rebounds allowed. So a little bit better in that category, but a big reason why we do very much like the under for this situation here for someone like Bradley Beal is due to the fact that when it comes to, you know, Bradley Beal, he does a fantastic job, but Lakers do a really good job at restricting, you know, points, rebounds, and assists actually to the point guard position. Now, we usually see Bradley Beal run the point and then Devin Booker run the 2. When it comes to Devin Booker, you know, I definitely think he's going to have a lot more of the usage rate coming into this matchup as well, and it may take away from Bradley Beal. But Bradley Beal does play point guard for this team. He isn't really, you know, a pure point guard as well, so you definitely may see him struggle quite a lot. But when it comes to, you know, Lakers, they do a great job at restricting all 3 categories to the point guard position, and we definitely see that having a huge effect on someone like Bradley Beal. Now, we also do see, you know, since LA Lakers actually do a very poor job at actually restricting, you know, the shooting guard position, we see a lot of the usage rate being taken away or from Bradley Beal going more into Devin Booker, and it could lead to Bradley Beal going on the under for this situation here. So because of those reasons, keep an eye out for him. So Bradley Beal, 18.5 points and rebounds for less, I think is a great pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about another great player. and that is none other than Yusef Nurkic. So this is for the same team, you know, the Phoenix Suns. However, guys, these are some of the best picks out there right now. Now, the first one is actually points, rebounds, and assists for 18.5 for Yusef Nurkic, and this one actually is for less. Now, when we look at Yusef Nurkic, we've actually seen him go in the under in 4 out of the last 5 games. Now, they do face off against the LA Lakers. Now, LA Lakers do rank 24th in points allowed. On top of that, moving on into assists allowed, we also do see that the Lakers rank pretty low. They rank 28th, and like we mentioned before, 14th in rebounds allowed. Now, a big reason why we do like the under for this situation is that Lakers do a really good job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the center position. And a big reason being is that Anthony Davis does run that center position, and we definitely see him giving a hard time to Yusef Nurkic coming into this matchup. Now, when it comes to LA Lakers as well, they do have other great defensive bigs like Rui Hachimura and others to be named. But when it comes to, just even Anthony Davis himself, I definitely see him really causing a lot of havoc out there, restricting Yusef Nurkic as much as he can. And because of that, we do very much like the under for this situation here. So when it comes to, Yusef Nurkic as well, he definitely over the last 5 games hasn't been able to really put on a show. He's gone on the under 4 out of the last 5. His average over the last 5 is also 15.2. So all signs really do point towards the under as well for this one. And when it comes to the matchup that he does face off against, we do see Anthony Davis doing a great job at restricting Yusef Nurkic as much as possible. So Yusef Nurkic also doesn't have the highest usage rate in this team, and we definitely may see that being taken away from him coming into this matchup. So Yusef Nurkic, 18.5 point spreads and assists for less, I think is a absolute steal. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Nikola Vucevic. Now, Nikola Vucevic is a fantastic player. He has been averaging 20.5 points, 9.7 rebounds, and 3.2 assists. So he's done a fantastic job for none other than the Chicago Bulls. And the Chicago Bulls do actually face off against none other than a great Washington Wizards team. Now, what I mean by great, I just mean, not trying to disrespect any Wizards fans out there, but Wizards currently do have a pretty poor record of 2-13. So they haven't been doing too well. And when it comes to Bulls, they do have a record of 7-11. Now, when it comes to Washington Wizards and also their points, rebounds, and assists allowed, when it comes to first points allowed, we actually do see that the Washington Wizards do rank 29th. On top of that, they rank a little bit better, but still in the lower end, as Washington Wizards rank 23rd when it comes to assists allowed, and then 29th in rebounds allowed. So when we look at it, we definitely see Nikola Vucevic does a very will do a really good job, especially against a team like Washington Wizards, who struggle from actually restricting points, rebounds, and assists. On top of that, when we look at Washington Wizards, they also do a very poor job at restricting those 3 things, especially to the center position, which is what Nikola Vucevic is. So we definitely see him being able to take advantage of this and being able to do a great job because of that. So definitely keep an eye out for someone like Nikola, who has been, not only just been doing great as of lately, but has definitely seen a great usage rate in all 3 departments. Now, I wouldn't really focus on any in particular. I think points, rebounds, and assists, he has the capability to definitely go in the over on either one of them, due to the fact that they do face off against the Washington Wizards, who are a really poor defensive team. Now, Wizards are a pretty fast-paced team, so we are expecting a good amount of pace from this game, which should also lead to a good amount of volume for someone like Nikola Vucevic coming into this matchup. So because of those reasons, definitely keep an eye out for Vucevic. We definitely like the over for a situation like him, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Now, getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Bobby Portis. So Bobby Portis, as we all know, another fantastic player who does play for the Milwaukee Bucks, and he's been averaging 13.1 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. So he's done a great job for the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Bucks do face off against the Miami Heat. Now, Miami Heat do have a record of 7-7 so far, and they do face off against the Milwaukee Bucks, who do have a record of 8-9. So very similar record in some sense, but when it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks, they have been able to turn it around as of lately. They are currently on a 4-game win streak, so they definitely have been able to string together some great wins. And when it comes to the matchup that they do face off against, they do face off against Miami Heat, and when we look at Miami Heat, we see that they rank 8th in points allowed. When it comes to assists allowed, they rank at 19th, and then rebounds allowed, they do rank 28th. So when it comes to Miami Heat, they actually do a very poor job at restricting, assists and rebounds. Now, they do a pretty decent job when it comes to actually points. However, when it comes to Bobby Portis, he is a forward, and we definitely still see him going on the over here, but I would definitely focus more on rebounds and assists for someone like Bobby Portis. Now, the reason being is that Miami Heat actually do a very poor job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the forward position, which is exactly what Bobby Portis is. So because of that, we definitely see him being able to take advantage of this, being able to go on the over here. Now, because Miami Heat as a whole do rank a little bit lower in assists and rebounds allowed, I definitely would focus on those two much more. So because of that, definitely keep an eye out for Bobby Portis, focusing on those rebounds and assists. I definitely see him being able to go on the over, especially with the hot streak that Milwaukee Bucks have recently had, where they are currently on a 4-game win streak. So definitely keep an eye out for Bobby Portis. See a lot of value there to go on the over, especially when it comes to the way he has been playing so far. Now, getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about none other than Devin Booker. Now, Devin Booker, great player for the Phoenix Suns, and he's done a fantastic job, actually averaging 24.1 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 6.4 assists. So he's done a fantastic job for none other than the Phoenix Suns, and the Phoenix Suns do face off against none other than a decent or great team at that matter, as they have been great so far against the actual Los Angeles Lakers. Now, Lakers have been able to turn their season around. Early on, they didn't really look too well, but now they are currently 10-6. So Phoenix Suns 9-7 as well, so very or somewhat similar record there. So this is definitely a make or break game for both of these teams. This is also an NBA Cup game, so you do have to realize that as well. There's definitely more on the line in this sense. But when we look at the Lakers, we do see first, when it comes to points allowed, we see that the Lakers do rank 24th when it comes to points allowed. Moving on into assists allowed, we do see the Lakers, also rank pretty low, as they rank 28th. And then rebounds allowed, we see the Lakers ranked 14th. So a little bit higher, but definitely still in that mid tier. And because of that, we definitely like the over for someone like Devin Booker. Now, Lakers don't really do a great job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists. Yes, they are a little bit higher in rebounds, but we definitely don't see it being a problem for someone like Devin Booker, who definitely has just such a high usage rate. And also, Lakers do, a really poor job, especially against the shooting guard position. Now, Devin Booker has had himself, some pretty decent games as of lately, although they have been on a little bit of a lose streak. He's definitely been putting on a show. Most recent game, he had 33 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Something similar to that, where against Minnesota, he had 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 44 points. So he's definitely able to put on a show and really have an increase in his usage rate there. Now, when it comes to this, or someone like Devin Booker, we definitely like the over, due to the fact that when it comes to the pace of this game, Lakers are a pretty fast-paced team, so are Phoenix Suns, so you are expecting a good amount of volume for both of these teams, which should lead to a good amount of volume for Devin Booker. So definitely keep an eye out for Devin Booker. We like the over for this situation here. So because of that, keep an eye out for his line. If it is under his averages, definitely look to go on the over. So guys, if you do want to win more bets and win more money, don't forget to join our exclusive Discord group by signing up to our Patreon. Should be linked down below in the description, or you can also find it in the pinned comment down below. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets and win more money today. So guys, I'll see you over there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.